You ever spend hours buried in books, highlighting like crazy, rereading notes until your eyes hurt, and then by tomorrow, boom, most of it is gone? Frustrating, right? Well, it's not your fault. Your brain is actually wired to forget unused information. In fact, within just 24 hours, your brain can dump almost 70% of what you learned. Ouch. But here's the crazy part. Japanese students memorize thousands of complex kanji characters, and they keep them for life. Imagine remembering everything you studied without burning out. So, what's their secret? It's not about studying harder, it's about studying smarter. Today, I'm going to break down 5 Japanese-inspired learning hacks that can help you remember everything while actually studying less. So, let's dive in. 1. Active recall, the samurai approach to memory. Most students think learning is about input, reading, watching, highlighting. But your brain doesn't get stronger from passive input. Memory works like a muscle. It grows when you use it. Think of a samurai training. They don't just watch sword videos or polish their blade all day. They practice drawing, striking, repeating, turning movements into instinct. Active recall is the same. Instead of just rereading, you force your brain to pull out what you know. Every time you do that, you're building stronger connections. So, how do you use it? Simple. Close the book, grab a blank sheet, write down everything you can remember about the topic. At first, it feels frustrating, like you're failing. But that's the point. The struggle is the training. Each failed recall attempt is your brain's version of lifting heavy weights. Japanese students rely on this principle. They don't just cram information once. They retrieve it over and over until it sticks like muscle memory. So, next time, don't just highlight. Test yourself. Your brain will thank you. 2. The Kumon method. Small, powerful steps. Now let's talk about a method that started in Japan but has spread all over the world, the Kumon method. Here's the philosophy. Instead of overwhelming yourself with giant study sessions, you break knowledge into tiny, bite-sized steps. Western students love to cram. 5 chapters in one night, hundreds of flashcards in one sitting. But Japanese students take the opposite approach. They slice their learning into small, manageable chunks and repeat them daily. It's like climbing a mountain. You don't leap to the top, you take steady steps, one after another. And before you know it, you're standing at the peak without even realizing how far you've come. Science backs this up too. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, explains how even a 1% improvement each day compounds into massive growth over time. Kumon uses that exact principle. Master a little, every day, until it becomes second nature. For you, this could mean studying for 15 minutes instead of 2 hours, breaking one chapter into 5 small topics, focusing on one formula, one concept, one problem type until it sticks. Small steps, repeated daily, beat one giant, stressful cram session. That's how you study less but remember more. Number 3. Spaced repetition, gardening for the brain. Now, here's where memory science gets really interesting. Have you heard of the forgetting curve? It's the silent destroyer of your hard work. Within 24 hours, most of what you studied fades. By day 3, only traces remain. By a week, it's almost gone. But Japanese students know how to beat it through spaced repetition. Think of your memory like a plant. If you water it once, then ignore it, it dies. But if you water it at just the right intervals, 24 hours later, then a few days later, then a week, then a month, it grows stronger and deeper roots. That's exactly how spaced repetition works. You review right before you're about to forget. And each time you do, the memory lasts longer. Here's how you can try it. Review your notes 24 hours after class, then again after 3 days, then after a week, then after a month. There are even apps like Anki and Quizlet that automate this schedule for you. But you don't need fancy tools. Even a notebook with a review calendar works. Spaced repetition transforms short-term memory into long-term mastery. That's how Japanese students can recall kanji years later, while most students forget definitions the next morning.
4. Kaizen, the 1% daily improvement rule. Now let's go deeper. In Japan, there's a philosophy called Kaizen, which literally means continuous improvement. Instead of last-minute cramming, Kaizen is about small, consistent progress, just 1% better every day. Sounds tiny, right? But do the math. A 1% improvement each day compounds into being 37 times better after a year. That's exponential growth. Here's the beauty. Kaizen removes stress. Instead of pulling all-nighters, you only need minutes a day. Try this formula. 2 minutes of active recall, 2 minutes of spaced repetition, 2 minutes of focused practice. That's just 6 minutes a day. Over a month, you'll see yourself 30% sharper without burning out. The Japanese secret isn't superhuman discipline, it's consistency. They build rituals, not chaos. Imagine what happens when you bring Kaizen into your studies, your work, even your fitness. Small steps, big results. 5. Su, the art of deep focus. Finally, let's talk about mindset. Techniques are powerful, but they only work if your focus is sharp. In Japan, students practice something called Su, a state of deep concentration where they become one with their task. Think about the last time you played a video game or a sport you loved. Hours pass like minutes. That's Su. But how do you create it for studying? By turning learning into a ritual. Use the same pen each time. Light a candle. Study in a dedicated space. These little signals tell your brain, it's study time. Pay attention. When you ritualize learning, your brain tags those moments as important. That's why monks, martial artists, and, yes, even Japanese students use rituals to anchor deep focus. So instead of fighting distractions, design your environment to invite focus. That's Su. Closing, or call to action. So here's the big question. Are you going to keep cramming and forgetting, or will you start using these Japanese-inspired methods today? Remember, the top 1% don't just watch content like this. They act, they try, they build habits. That's why they succeed. To recap, active recall, strengthen memory like a samurai. Kumon method, break learning into small steps. Spaced repetition, water your memory like a garden. Kaizen, commit to 1% daily improvements. Su, master the art of deep focus. Learning doesn't have to be a struggle. It can be smart, efficient, even enjoyable. So try just one of these hacks today. Comment below which one you'll start with. And if you want more science-backed tips on productivity and success, hit that subscribe button and join the journey. Change your life one tiny step at a time. That's the easy way, actually.